It's spooky season. Oh, he's miserable in his bat wings. I'm so sorry, Spooks, but it's spooky season. It's spooky season. It's your time. He's like, I'm not interested. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Hold Me in the Dark. You can call me Dark. And this is Spooks. Say hi, Spooks. Today we are gathered here to discuss 5 spooky games I'm recommending for spooky season this October. Now this is a video more for people that don't really play scary games at all and just looking to get into the spirit of the spooky season with some video games. These are some of my favorites. I've played all of these. They all kind of range from not really scary to scary. I'll give you a scary scale just to let you know when I describe each game. But yeah, here we go. Number 1 on my list is actually a collection of 2 games. It's a series, Little Nightmares 1 and 2. It's such a fun game. I love both of them. I figured I'd kind of just compile them both because they're pretty much similar. They do have adjacent storylines. I just recommend them both because they're both such great games. They both are a third-person puzzle platform horror game. In each game you play as specific characters. In the first one you play as 6, and the second one you play as mono. Basically you're running and hiding from monsters while trying to solve puzzles to kind of unravel the story of each game. It's whimsical, it's creepy, it's cozy. The environment is just beautiful, how they designed the game. It's giving child nightmares. It has moments of adrenaline with chases and monsters. It's easy to play, relatively. It's not really high risk. Every time you die, you pretty much respawn where you died, so you don't have to start the game all over at a certain point. I know that can be frustrating for a lot of people, including me. So it's a pretty laid back game. I recommend this for casual gamers at any level. It's not too difficult in my opinion. It's just kind of like a cozy, creepy game, and it's perfect for someone who is not huge into horror but does want a taste of the spooky season. On my scary scale, I rate this a 3 out of 10. It does have some unsettling character design for the monsters in it. I will say that. But it's fun. It's a beautiful game and the atmosphere is chilling. It's perfect for this October. So my second game on my list of 5 spooky games to play this spooky season is The Quarry. It's a third-person interactive drama horror game experience. Came out in 2022. You play as teen camp counselors trying to survive a night at a summer camp. This game has 186 different endings depending on players' choices, which is kind of wild. This game has quick time event and stealth mechanics while you hunt for clues and evidence to further along the storyline. It gives slasher horror movie vibes. This game is pretty high risk. Depends on the decisions you make. Bad decisions can lead to a dead character, so just be careful. Or don't. It's just for fun. It's like a movie. You basically just get to control the characters. You don't have to scream at the TV. You could actually make decisions that could save your life, so that's always fun. The pacing of the game is, I think, a little bit slower. Most of it is just kind of walking around, finding key items and clues to progress the story. And there are pretty intense cutscenes, and you have to make split decisions with the quick time events, so that's kind of fun and intense. But yeah, it's good for kind of just a little bit more of a laid back experience, I would say. Kind of like you're watching a movie. I recommend this for casual gamers. You don't have to be excellent gamer to play this game. You can kind of just be on any level. Like I said, if you're just a fan of horror movies, horror genre, you're gonna like this game. You get to interact with the game itself, and you feel like you're kind of taking more control of the horror experience, which is fun. This game has local multiplayer where you can take turns between you and a friend, making decisions between different characters, which is fun. It also has online multiplayer. You can have up to 7 people participating and voting on key moments and decisions, so that's pretty fun too, pretty interactive. The third game on my list is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, asymmetrical online multiplayer horror game based on the iconic 1974 horror film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One of my favorite horror movies, I will be honest. I love it. a little biased in that way, but it's perfect for spooky season because it's based off of a horror movie. This game came out in 2023. It's a 4 versus 3. You can play as the victims trying to escape the family house of killers, or you could play the family trying to capture and eliminate the victims before they escape the house. So that gives you kind of both experiences, which is really fun. And it feels like you're kind of taking control of watching a horror movie, kind of playing both perspectives, which is intense and heart-pounding. I will say this game is very intense, has gory moments, and is very adrenaline-filled. I recommend this game to experienced players, people who are familiar with like higher intensity games. There are people that have been grinding this since day one, so they're pretty experienced. So don't get too intimidated, but if you are newer, you can give it a shot. I just think it's recommended for people that are a little bit more experienced with online multiplayers. I played this when it launched. I thought I was getting really good, and then I waited like a week and I was just getting destroyed by people. So it is definitely a bit challenging. So just be prepared for that. On the scary scale, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It gets my adrenaline going every time. I feel like I'm sweating. I feel like I've done cardio for an hour or two. My heart's just pounding up my chest. So perfect for this season. Perfect for any time you just want to feel like you're going to have a heart attack, honestly. So my fourth game on my spooky season game list is Visage or Visage. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. I'm thinking it's Visage. It's a first-person single-player indie psychological horror game. It came out in 2022. It takes place in a large suburban home in the 80s. You play as this guy, Dwayne Anderson, who is an inhabitant in this house and gets tormented by other supernatural spirits and entities. You carefully navigate around the house to find key items to help solve each chapter's mysteries along the way. You have a sanity meter that can be decreased by paranormal activity, and standing in the dark for too long can increase this activity, so be careful. It just makes you feel on edge the entire game. When I played it, I just felt like I couldn't relax, and I know that's a sign of a great horror game when I feel like something is behind me the entire time and I can't rest. So this game on a scary scale gets a 10 out of 10 for me because it's pretty terrifying and unsettling. And after I played this game, just turning my computer off and walking around my house, I felt like a little bit uneasy. I felt like my house was pretty haunted. So it's a great scary game. I recommend this for gamers at any level, but not for scaredy cats, because it is a scary game. I will warn you, you've been warned. This game feels so isolating and haunting and has some disturbing themes, so you've been warned. My fifth and final game on my 5 spooky season games list is my favorite, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This is a first-person single-player survival horror game. It came out in 2017. It was Resident Evil's first-person perspective, which was amazing. They really emphasized the exploration and the puzzle solving with having a good bit of combat in between. So it was very dynamic, but they definitely recentered this around just horror, like making it scary. And it worked. The first time I played this when the game launched, I could only play the first 10 minutes of it because I was pretty scared. You play as Ethan Winters trying to find his wife and solve the mystery of her disappearance while navigating this really spooky house in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana. Scary, right? It's my favorite genre of game or movie or anything. It's a southern gothic horror. It's awesome. It reminds me a little bit of Texas Chainsaw. On my scary scale, I give it a 9 out of 10. It is a pretty unsettling, gross, terrifying, creepy game, but it's so fun. I love this game. It has a stalking mechanic in it, which also makes you feel like you cannot rest and you always have someone chasing you. For the most part you do. And that just makes the game even more chilling and unsettling, and that happens while you're trying to solve puzzles around the house, so it's definitely pretty intense. That's one of my favorite Resident Evil games, and I highly recommend it this spooky season, and I think you'll like it. And if you guys end up playing any of these games on my list, please comment down below and let me know what you think of them. If you've already played them, cool. Let me know which one's your favorite. Again, this list is mainly for people who are interested in getting into the spirit of spooky season. If you want to see more spooky content, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button below. Your support means so much to me. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Try to keep the lights on this season because it's dark in here. Bye. Oh, he's so mad. I'm so sorry. But it's spooky season. It's okay, buddy. You look so cute and scary and spooky.